Okay, welcome to your dashboard. This is where you can essentially start seeing some of the data in action and play around a little bit too. Has some of your high-level metrics. Obviously, you can navigate around on the left side to either add more campaigns, add more contacts, or view the actual campaign pages. In the middle, what you've got are the scatter plots that can help you understand, in some cases, one, if you've created custom campaigns, you'll usually see them at the top. So you can connect one artificial intelligence, you can do the other to connect in. We can actually see who aligns on both fronts and how much they align. So x-axis, y-axis, x-axis, so vertical, horizontal, and filter. So this will upload your existing filtered list, and or you can filter your existing list, or it will show you multiple list uploads, so you can say, hey, here's my customer list versus my prospects. See how they compare. If you're a platform, like a funding platform, this is a great spot where you can mix and match ideas. A new campaign or issuer comes through the gate. You haven't yet done, say that they've created, let's do an airline that transports cannabis because it's now legal from state to state for some reason. November elections, I guess, right? This will automatically reformat our axes to let us know who within our existing population would be the applicants for those campaigns and what segments and sophistication they have in those verticals. So if you upload a lot of the time, you can just set to your custom match so that everything is aligned. You go, okay, look, this is all I actually care about. It'll automatically do that. And or if you have that custom whatever it is, you know, global banks that are interested in wrench. Don't mind if I do. It'll automatically help you understand who do we have in our population and how sophisticated are they. The scores and fits change a little bit from axes to axes, but it is a good general rule that anything above a 70 for most is actually where you can basically start using your industry jargon just like you would be talking to a peer. This is where literally, like, you know, if you use the acronyms in the industry speak, they're going to get it. Obviously, we're a little more versed on wrench and artificial intelligence than we are with global banking. That actually makes sense with this user population. The size of the dots that you're seeing in this scatter plot right now are actually associated with investment potential. It starts all the way at what looks like general population investors, all the way up to the really large dots, which are registered investment advisors, venture capitalists, etc., institutional players. So we can cross-reference even how much is potentially at stake. We're getting the high-level overview of the outreach priorities. So it's taking all of the individuals, it's adding up and doing weighted averages and stuff to tell you, all right, outreach priorities. This is generally the high-level outreach that you're going to be using or referencing. This is a baby boomer population, so this one's, I mean, not just right, but this is oftentimes the type of layout that you will see with older baby boomer style generational user populations. When you start getting millennials into the mix, you'll see that texting and stuff moves to the top. And when you see new millennials, you'll see social chat move to the top. So there is a correlation with age on those, but it does help you understand, like, all right, ideally phone, obviously I can't talk to literally everybody on the phone with 22,000, but some of those really large dots, those really large early adopters, that might be worth a phone call. The next up are influencers. That'll basically help you highlight the individuals as journalists, people that are associated with a publishing company in some way, shape, or form, like New York Times style traditional journalism, bloggers in the purple, and influencers in the blue. Influencers are just defined as celebrities and or people with large social followings. You can use them all for different purposes, right? Writers are interested in product exclusives, PR pieces, bloggers often wanting exclusives or product reviews, and the influencers can be used for various purposes. Sometimes clients just flag those campaigns to know that someone is there, and they are. They might be secret shopping. In other cases, you can set up endorsement campaigns. You'll see that there's endorsement campaigns actually built into the system already. And this messaging strategy is your aggregate messaging recommendations. This is like if you're doing A/B testing, this is the order and priority that this population is probably going to receive those messages. So comparison is contrasting the qualities and benefits of your product versus your competitors. So do your homework, essentially, is what it's saying. Make sure that you can answer those questions, and knowing that this is actually pretty heavily an investment-driven population, baby boomers, that makes a lot of sense. Self-monitoring, this is basically create a calculator so they can calculate it for themselves on how it works and how much it will impact their lives directly. Cooperation, personalization, the descriptions and everything are in there. And these are generated based on personality types. So we can actually detect This is based on the Big Five Ocean personality traits. This is what psychologists usually use. Myers-Briggs and DISC profiles are nifty, but they're kind of the marketing spin on the Big Ocean strategy. This is a cross-cultural way to kind of organize how people organize their personality types into 5 dimensions: openness to new experience, their conscientiousness, which is kind of like strategic thinking, planning versus spontaneity. So this is open to new experiences, highly strategic and thinking ahead. They are introverts versus extroverts, and they're middle of the road agreeable. So they're willing, and they're willing to change their minds. They aren't stubborn. They aren't pushovers either, though. And neuroticism is an emotional response. So with a really low emotional response like this, it will be hard to, like, you wouldn't, a lot of people in investing, they don't know that they really can't do it, but they always say, hey, what do we do on fear of missing out? This population wouldn't react well to that. They're already pretty emotionally stable. They're going to sit back and think anyway, so you're not going to convince them just because there's a limited time. So the messaging strategy, you'll see the recommendations it's come up with actually jive with that already. So highly open to new experience, but strategic thinkers. It's going, yeah, prove you did your homework. Prove and actually do the math to show them how much they'll save. So that's your dashboard. Next, you'll be jumping into the campaigns, where we'll drill into this data to see how you actually apply it within your CRM.